What crazy, right?
So your first 2 weeks in Finland were not the easiest.
No, the first 2 nights is sleeping in a tent.
Wow.
Before I go to the room and then have that.
They put you in a tent outside?
Yeah, because when I was
What?
like, sorry, our room is actually occupied for 2 nights before the French couple go. They're like also backpackers. So it's like, okay. So where do I sleep? In a tent.
You're listening to Foreigners in Finland, a podcast that explores the experiences of people who moved here from abroad. My name is Felipe Silva. I'm originally from New York, and I'm accompanied by my co-host Jarrod Luxton from Melbourne, Australia. We talk about why people come here, some challenges foreigners face, and all the incredible things this country has to offer. We hope our discussions help anyone new to Finland get accustomed to life here and bring new perspective to Finns.
Welcome back, everyone, to Foreigners in Finland. Unfortunately, Jarrod couldn't be with us today, but I'm excited to share with you all that we have our first guest on the show. And our first guest, she's a social media star, most well known for her hilarious TikToks that have accumulated her over 6.4 million followers. She was born and raised in the Philippines, but moved to Finland 5 years ago. And she's here to share her story and her experience about moving to Finland and making a life here. So welcome, Diana Rantamäki.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Yeah. It's an honor to be the first guest here. And I hope to see Jarrod later.
Yes. Unfortunately, he actually can't make it. We're going to go out for drinks after. But yeah, Jarrod's been busy. I'm really excited for him. He's got a lot going on. So that's great. Yeah. But yeah, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. The weather is very nice today. So that's one thing to be happy about. But also I'm excited about this podcast because it's my first time.
Okay.
So I'm just curious how it's gonna look like.
Gonna go.
Yeah.
What's the final outcome gonna be? Yeah. For sure. But really excited that you're here. And yeah, I guess we could start off with a pretty simple question. What brought you to Finland?
Qatar Airways. Airplane. Yeah. Well, basically it's just curiosity because my father is Finnish and we've never visited Finland ever. So I've always been curious what Finland looks like, what are the people look like in Finland. And I have never seen snow in my life, so I was like, maybe I should go check out Finland.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So your father is Finnish.
Yeah.
Your mother is Filipina.
Yes.
And then you had never visited Finland before.
No.
How did that happen, or why do you think that was?
I don't know. Maybe one reason is financially, and another reason is my father decided to retire to Philippines.
Okay.
And he don't want to look back anymore. He hates the weather here.
Okay.
So he's just like, okay, I'm just going to stay in Philippines. And then he didn't even teach us Finnish.
Okay.
Because he don't have patience. He's like, you're going to take 10 years for you to learn Finnish, so I'm not going to waste my time.
He knew it was too difficult.
It was too difficult.
Yeah. Okay, so interesting. And then you came to Finland 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And what was it like when you first got here? What were some of the biggest surprises for you?
Well, one of the biggest surprises would be how people look like, because I grew up in Philippines, and then I'm not. It's hard to say we're conservative or something when it comes to how we present ourselves. We're always afraid what people are gonna say. Are they gonna judge us? Are we dressing okay? We're just an image we're trying to show to people. But in Finland, they're everyone's so confident. They just wear whatever they want. You can be a rock star, an emo, or a Barbie walking down the street and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
So for me, I was like, oh my God, it's so cool. Then I started to be dressing the way I want, and I start to have confidence here I never had in Philippines.
Okay.
So that's one thing made me want to stay in Finland longer.
So you're explaining that maybe your style changed a little bit as well when you moved here, because you were thinking that.
Yeah, I was experimenting with so many styles, but mostly I'm more confident to wear whatever I want.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna walk the street and nobody's gonna look at you weirdly because everyone has their own life. They're just busy with their own life, with their own style, and you just be yourself. Like just do it.
Yeah.
I think like Finnish people have strong personality, even though they're like shy.
Maybe they have their independence at such a young age. So maybe they
That's true.
get comfortable with being who they are, and
Yeah.
they're not scared to just dress however they want or be who they
Yeah,
want to
that
be.
makes sense. Yeah.
How else was it getting accustomed to life?
Well, the food also is one of the big things. Like, except, well, there's like weather and food's one of the best thing that will impact someone moving to a new country because food is part of our culture. So when you move to a foreign country and then it's hard for you to find something that you're used to getting like every day, like 3 times a day, then you have to adjust to new flavors, to new things. And Finland is different when it comes to
Different. Yeah.
when it comes to food, for example. Like for us, we make like so many spices, so many flavors in one meal, and probably eat 2 different meals in one sitting. But in Finland, like when I met my husband, he could have this macaroni baked in the oven.
Macaroni laatikko.
And he could eat that for 3 days or 1 week. And I'm like, how could you do that? I couldn't eat
You
that
need a
for the
little
whole
bit more
day.
variety.
Yeah, we need
for your
variety.
dishes.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. And the weather,
Yeah.
the very long winter, that was very hard. In the beginning, it was fun because, yay, snow, first time. And then it's like, shit. It's so dark, it's wet, it's difficult to wear so many clothes. So, yeah.
Did you have to get like a whole new wardrobe?
Yep.
Yeah.
And winter coats are not cheap.
No.
If you want to stay warm, you have to buy the good quality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing. So I go thrift shopping a lot.
Thrifting. Yeah.
Thrifting. In
is
Finland
awesome
is
here in
also very
Finland.
good.
Yeah. It's definitely part of the culture, and it's almost like if you thrifted something, people are like, "Oh, that's even cooler."
Yeah. Wow, you get it in the thrift shop? That's so cool. Yeah.
Very, very nice. So then you mentioned your husband.
Yeah.
How long have you 2 been married?
That's I always forget the day. I mean, not the day, but the year. My brain is fogged up after I gave birth. It's 2021. It's like the pandemic.
And you 2 were able to have a wedding during that time?
No, it was in Maistrati, civil wedding.
Yeah.
And we were allowed to have only 4 guests.
Okay.
So it was very small. What made me also very surprised about getting married in Finland is how easy it is. You just apply online and then they accept and then you have schedule and it's like 2 minutes ceremony.
Really? Okay.
You sign the paper and you're married.
It. And what's the process like in the Philippines? Do you know?
Oh, you have to go on seminar. You have to find sponsorships. Like you have to invite a lot of people. And then the wedding, the whole ceremony is like 2 hours, I don't know. And then you have to go reception and then feed everyone.
Yeah.
And then have a party.
Big party.
So, yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can like backtrack a little bit. When you first moved to Finland, what was going on? Did you know someone here? Did you move in with someone?
So when I was still working in Abu Dhabi that time, marketing, Volkswagen, and then I have this holiday. Like you will get a 1 month holiday after working for 2 years.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I want to go Finland. So I was like on a holiday here, but I bought my one-way ticket. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Adventurous.
So I already have a plan to like maybe not return because I was not like very happy with my work. And I always feel like Abu Dhabi is like holding me back. It's like I don't feel like being myself.
Okay, why is that?
It's like working there as Filipino has disadvantages as well because the salary is not the same as other nationality. It's like salary based on nationality, which is sucks because you work like the work for like 3 people, but then you get like something like that. So,
yeah, wow, super interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like relative to where you're from.
Yeah. If you're Filipino, you get lower salary for the same job with a different nationality. So for me, it was like, okay, this is not for me. Like I work too hard, and then I feel like I don't get what I deserve. So I was like, maybe Finland is different. So I was searching. My father have a family friend here, and we have a family friend. So I was asking her some help, and she was giving me advice, stuff like that. But when I come here, I took a place from World Packers. It's like a website for travelers, backpackers. Like in exchange for accommodation, you work as a housekeeper or something like that.
Okay.
So I got 2 weeks accommodation there, but it went like horribly wrong.
Okay. So you came with only 2 weeks of accommodation,
Yeah.
and then it went wrong.
Yeah, and it went wrong. I didn't even last 2 weeks there because
Wow.
of how horrible it was. I was in the middle of Finland, like in the forest or something. It was a hostel, and the owner was nice. He was really good Finnish guy, but he have a younger girlfriend who was very jealous of me and was telling that I was there to take away his boyfriend from her.
Really?
And for
Whoa.
money. So
Okay.
she was so mad, and I had to lock myself in the room.
Yeah.
And she was knocking, like, hey, you're like bringing some sex disease here from Philippines. You
Whoa.
take your money from my boyfriend and stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like, I called the family friend that we have,
Yeah.
like, can you help me? So middle of the night, they have to pick me up. And I stayed with them, with her family. She's Filipina with Italian husband.
Yeah.
But she's been here for like 26 years now. So I live here with her for like 2 months until I moved out to myself.
Wow. Okay. What a story.
What crazy, right?
So your first 2 weeks in Finland were not the easiest.
No, the first 2 nights is sleeping in a tent
Wow.
before I go to the room, and then have that.
They put you in a tent outside?
Yeah, because when I was
What?
like, sorry, our room is actually occupied for 2 nights before the
Wow.
French couple
Okay.
go. They're like
Yeah.
also backpackers. So it's like, okay. So where do I sleep? In a tent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were met with adversity right away when you came to Finland.
Yeah.
Hard times.
Hard time.
But then you had a friend, luckily.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, she kind of saved me. So
yeah, and you were with them for
for 2
2
months.
months.
And then I found a job like in a hotel. Like finding job in Finland is also very hard if you don't speak Finnish.
Yeah.
So it's very limited. Like I tried finding in marketing or in office or admin, like related, but they always have these requirements. Even it's an English company, they have a requirements to speak Finnish at a certain level. And I don't have like I have zero background with Finnish language. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try hotel because I'm really like desperate to have like my own place.
Yeah.
So I got that, and then I rent a room and then move out.
Okay.
Then I work in a hotel.
Wow. So how did that make you feel to know that it was so difficult to find a job in Finland without having the Finnish skills?
It's one of those like signs that you're not sure whether you have, is this the sign to give up or to keep going? Like I also feel like, okay, maybe I could just save a little bit and move somewhere else in Europe where they speak English, because I have like this dream, like living everywhere in Europe. Like for example, I go maybe Spain because Spanish kind of relates to my like language in Philippines, or go in UK or somewhere. Then I start working in a hotel. I find friends. And then I start to realize that even I was working in hotel, my life was better than working in an office in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
The quality of life was different. And then I was like able to afford a studio apartment. Compared to Abu Dhabi, I was sharing a single room with 5 different people.
One room
1 room.
with 5
Not
people.
studio apartment. 1 bedroom.
Really?
Yeah.
How does
how
that work?
you have to divide your room with curtains or cabinets.
So quite the change.
Quite
than
a
moving
change.
to Finland. How was it
Yeah.
having your own space and having your own studio?
Yeah, that made me feel like, oh my God, so this is like, I feel like independent for the first time.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't do that in Philippines. You couldn't just move out because, financially it's difficult. So when I had that chance, my sister moved here too. So we lived in the same studio apartment. And then she worked in the same hotel as me. So life is like more fun, even though the job was difficult. but for me, it was like worth it. I would like kind of afford to live like a better life than I used to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
that kept me going.
So you were motivated to
Yeah.
keep going once you had your job, you had your own place,
Yeah.
and then maybe you could share with us like how was it making friends and connecting with your colleagues at work?
Well, in the hotel, most of the colleagues are foreigners.
Okay.
Okay, you barely see Finnish people working in the hotel as housekeepers. Maybe they're working, but they're like in the upper level, like administrative,
Yeah.
or like the boss. But my colleagues are Filipino or like other nationalities like Indian, Bangladesh, people from Nepal, people from Russia, and a lot of these people have like master's degrees, doctor degree,
Wow.
bachelor degree, like graduate of computer science, nursing, therapist, and they have to come to Finland for work and end up working in a hotel because
Wow,
of
that's
the language.
Wow.
So it's not like when you go hotel and you see housekeeper, it doesn't mean they're like uneducated
Right.
or unfortunate people. They just unfortunate not to know the language,
Not to know
so
the
they end
language.
up in that situation.
When I was working at Ramble, there was someone he was a custodian,
Yeah.
and he also had like a chemical engineering degree from Cuba, but then he was working as a custodian. You know, so that's like it's nice that you share that because I think sometimes people are not so aware
Yes,
that not knowing the Finnish language can really hold you back.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though like I still like a lot of my friends are still working in hotel, like they accepted that fact because they have to support family and they have kids here. And if you decide to like change your career, you have to study Finnish full time, and that means your income is going to decrease dramatically. So they would rather stay in that career to support their family instead of like,
Taking time.
taking
to
time
study.
to study and risk their current situation right
Right.
now.
Okay. And then while you were working, were you connecting with some other Finns? Like, how was it making friends outside of work?
Yeah, outside of work, it's difficult. Like you can meet other friends through common people, like like my our common friend who saved me from that. Her name is Miriam. Hi,
Hello.
shout out.
Good friends.
Good friends. Yes, and she introduced us. She have so many Finnish friends, so we can meet like during food parties and everything.
Yeah.
So I have this Finnish friend. Her name is Heli, and it's like you can call someone like a friend even you don't see each other often. That's like for Finnish people.
Yeah.
Like
a
you don't have
kaveri.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to have communication every day. But sometimes when they remember you're like, hey, how are you? Do you want to hang out? We haven't seen for a while. And then you're just like, what? They still remember me? And then you hang out and it's like they're like really good, genuine people when they like you. And they're like once you become friends, it's like you're gonna be friends for a long time. But they're not high maintenance. That's the thing, yeah.
So, like, when you see each other, the connection is there,
Yeah,
but then you guys can go a few months without.
without seeing each
Seeing.
other, or like sometimes you just lost in your mind, like what happened to her? I haven't heard like for months, and then you send message and it's still like the same, and then you can see each other again.
Thinking back to your friendships in the Philippines, was that something like how was that different?
Oh, in Philippines, you're like it's more it's almost like every week you have to see like there's like always something, especially when there's like birthdays or like big events. You have to invite like your friends, or else if you don't invite them, they'll be like, why she didn't invite me? Why I'm not there? They're like having a food party and I'm not there.
Yeah. They mix all their friends.
Yeah.
Have you noticed like in Finland they don't tend to mix their friends?
Yeah, they have like, for example, if you have like a group of foreigner friends and you have Finnish friends, and you decide to have a birthday party. You're going to have this day for foreign friends and the second day for Finnish friends.
That's happened with you. Like you've noticed that.
I've noticed that.
Wow. Okay. And what do you think about it?
In some point, I would prefer that.
Okay.
Unless the party is like with alcohol, then Finnish friends can welcome.
So why is that? Is it like
when you mix like two different social people in a room, for example, Filipino and Finnish, so different, and it could divide and make an awkward atmosphere.
Okay.
Like because people, especially Filipino, they'll be so shy to approach Finnish people, and Finnish people would be so shy and not confident to speak English, and they're like afraid to make mistakes. And when there's like alcohol, like I've seen this, there's like bonding, like Finnish people changed and Filipino people, it's like straight away like best friends, like having karaoke and singing, dancing, and it's so much fun.
Yeah. Is it karaoke big in the Philippines?
Yeah, so big.
Okay. Well, now it makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's also big here. You have karaoke bars here as well.
Here it's huge. I mean, like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting for me to think about. Like, Finns are reserved, but then you put a mic in front of them and they're like the most outgoing, like confident people out there.
It's so weird because in Philippines, we're like so outgoing, right? Like confident or something with karaoke. But when you go to karaoke bars, karaoke room. We have karaoke room.
Okay.
So you have to reserve that room and sing just with your friends.
Yeah.
But here, the karaoke is like, sing in front of all the strangers in the middle of the bar. It's like, Finnish people, you're that confident.
Yeah, that definitely takes a lot of confidence, to step on stage in front of a whole bunch of random people.
Even I tried that and I'm still so nervous.
Yeah.
But it's so fun. Especially like when Finnish people know the song and they're like dancing, joining you.
Yeah. It's a good time. So now we talked a little bit about making friends in Finland. Did you have certain hobbies that you did to meet friends, or was it just through that mutual friend? And
I did try like taekwondo for a short while, but I didn't have friends then. I used to have this like also work in a different company. It was like a fixed contract, and I saw a lot of like Finnish people as well and international people. But the thing is, it's also very hard to like really make friends, like especially at work. I think you have to spend like so much time after work talking with them before they consider you as a friend.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. So
can you tell us about your transition from the hotel job to maybe where you are now?
From hotel job, I also become sushi chef. So I work in a restaurant until like more than after like 2 years maybe, I became pregnant. And then I had to take sick leave because my pregnancy was like so horrible. I passed out and then stuff like that.
Wow.
So when I start my maternity leave too early, like I started doing TikTok.
That's when you started.
Because I was like at home.
Yeah.
My husband is working, so I'm just like, okay. And it's like still like the pandemic. So everyone is like on TikTok, so just making TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it started.
Okay, so you started while you were on maternity leave.
Yeah, I was pregnant.
Okay. Wow. With twins.
Yeah,
right?
with twins.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's how it all started.
It all started.
And then did you go back to work at the sushi restaurant?
Well, not yet because my maternity leave is 1 year. So during that time when I started TikTok, just a couple months later, I started to have like 1 million followers because of making TikTok while I was pregnant. Like 2 to 3 months.
2-3 months.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Wow.
And then I was like, what the hell? But still,
what's going on?
Yeah, but still for me, it's just like, oh my God, really? I have 1 million followers. That's so crazy. It's just like still for fun for me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was such a big deal, especially in USA. Like people are commenting, oh my God, you're so famous. You must be so rich already because you have million followers and millions of views. And I was like, why are they saying this? I have no idea because I don't
on?
make money. And I was like, where did that come from? Then I realized like just couple months later, I continue making TikTok. And I'm like, because when you get sponsored, then you get money.
Yeah.
That's why. Then I was like, okay, so I can. I can make money.
You got a little tip from the
Yeah.
messages. And you're like, okay, maybe it's time to start
Yeah. So
figuring
maybe
this out.
Yeah. So maybe I can start really like actually making this a little bit seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like it was part of the plan.
No, it was just like I was just bored and I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to Finnish maternity leave, right?
Shout out.
1 year off and you get
Yes.
plenty
That's
of time.
long, right?
Yeah.
Not every country have that.
Yeah. No. How did it make you feel to know that, okay, I have that time off while you were pregnant?
It is so amazing to have that benefit here in Finland because they really take care of you, especially when you go clinic, like they monitor your pregnancy. And when I start to have this like sickness and they say, hey, you can rest at home now, we'll give you your sick leave and maternity leave. They're like, okay, so I'll be home for a very long time.
Yeah.
So it's like, it helps with your anxiety because you worry too much about the future, about having kids. And then it's nice to know that the Finnish government is there and they give you like these maternity bags. I have two of those for full of baby clothes and baby stuff. And
Was it like a baby box?
baby bags.
Okay.
And I
yeah.
have 2 plus cash.
Wow.
Yeah. They
2
give me
plus-
3 packages because I have twins.
Well, they gave you 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess 1 + 1 = 3.
I don't know. Maybe the third one is for me. You're such a baby.
Nice. Okay. Wow. That's really nice to hear, and it makes a lot of sense that when you feel like you have that security,
Yeah.
your stress and anxiety kind
Yeah.
of
It makes it all worth it. Like you're paying like high taxes and you're like, okay, this is my chance now to take all these taxes I paid. So it's worth it. And knowing your kid is going to good school or good päiväkoti nurseries, it's also like it helps you feel more stable, especially if you're a first time mom.
Yeah.
Like also they ask like, how's your mental health? If you're doing well, and you go therapy if you need it.
Wow.
So
they're really taking care of
you.
you.
Really take care of you. It's nice to be a woman in Finland.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm sure it is. Better than many places. That's for sure.
Yes.
How has it been being a mother?
It was so crazy in the beginning. The first couple months, first 3 months, I would say is so hard because they're twins. And then the twins is like different when you have a single baby. A single baby could born like full term and they don't need as much as, I don't know how to say it, but when my kids were born, the doctor have advised us to feed them every 2 hours on the clock because they're so tiny and they really needed that much of nutrients. Yeah. So we have to be on the clock, have to every 2 hours. Imagine that.
Wow.
When
Feeding
are you going to
2
sleep?
babies, yeah.
So we have to take shifts, my husband and I. And we have no other help. It's just 2 of us at home. Sometimes my sister would come on the weekend when she's having a day off. So we can like little rest on the weekend.
Shut your eyes for a little bit.
For a little longer
Wow.
time. But it was so difficult. Like we have to sleep for 4 hours and one should be awake for 4 hours just so we have another energy to take the rest of the day.
Yeah.
For the kids. So it was so difficult. And when you're tired and haven't had enough sleep, you also challenge your relationship, especially you just like newlywed couple.
Yeah.
So I would suggest
Here's some advice.
you get, I don't know, have a kid first before you get married. Well,
Okay.
have you seen
Good
like
advice.
a lot of I'm like scaring people. Everyone. I'm just kidding. Well, it helps also building your relationship stronger. One time I have this YouTube video Q&A. One question was, did your having a baby build or break your relationship. And I did not understand that. I was still pregnant. I was like, of course, it's building a relationship. Like we're doing the same, we're a team and stuff like that. Then when I gave birth after a few weeks, I'm like, fuck yeah, now I get it.
I understand the
now I
question.
understand where it's coming from. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's
For sure.
challenging.
I can imagine it puts some stress into the relationship.
There's a lot of stress, pressure, and when you're tired, you start to think about all the little things. That why did you sleep 4 hours and I sleep 3 hours?
Yeah.
little things, and everything feels so unfair, and like you have so much anxiety. But when you get help and you get like a little rest, like it helps, especially if you talk to each other.
Yeah.
And now it's better. Like they sleep at night, so we're more happy now.
As long as you can sleep,
the sleep.
That's the most important.
Sleep causes divorce. I'm just kidding. Not sleeping. I mean, not sleeping.
Not sleeping causes divorce.
Yeah. If you go to couple therapy, what's the problem? We're not sleeping.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense, though, because I notice myself, if I sleep 6 hours, 5 hours, I start to get a little grumpy. I'm like, oh,
everything
man, I didn't get
annoys
my
you.
7-8 hours of sleep. Yeah.
Everything annoys you, and the little things goes like so big deal.
Yeah.
And then it's just
Things get blown out of proportion.
yeah, and then you hate the person even without reason. So yeah, we recovered. Thank God, we're still married.
Now you got the sleep, and now things are. How are they now that you've been sleeping?
Now it's more fun. It's like now that we're sleeping, when we wake up, the kids is our alarm clock, and it's more exciting because they wake up and they're so happy. So it's like we get excited to play with them, and then they're like so much fun now. Not like before that they're just whining all the time, like, and you don't know what to do. They don't know how to express themselves, and you're also a new parent trying to figure everything out yourselves as they grow. So it was challenging, but now you get to know your kids. You know how to take care of them, so it's get easier.
How is it dating a Finn?
Dating a Finn, oh my God, in our first date, and I said like, I can pay for my own coffee, and I was waiting for him to like, no, I will pay, because guys in Philippines, they will insist. Like, it's our first date, I will treat you everything, I'm like, I'm a man, I will pay her everything. But then he's like, really? Okay. And I'm like, okay, so I pay my own coffee.
Why'd I say that?
And then the next meal, I pay my own meal. Then he didn't offer anymore. Okay, he's like, oh, I like this girl. She pays her own stuff. Yeah, that one.
You should have waited for the second or third date.
Yeah. Why did I do that? Yeah, but the thing is,
difference.
It's a difference. But I also understand because like there's a part of me that's like, have seen that with my father. They're like practical people. And if you can do 50-50 in a relationship, then they would choose that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's also in a sense in the family, like 50-50 taking care of kids. I see that a lot with Finnish families. Like Finnish father would also take their kids to päiväkoti or spend time with them in the playground. It's not only moms, like how you see in like in movies or in somewhere, like it's always the mother bringing the kids in the playground or in the school. But here it's the father as well.
Yeah, it's not as like a traditional relationship.
Yeah, it's
where
not.
It's like the mom is doing all of the nurturing and the caring and hanging out with the kids.
Yeah.
But here it is split quite evenly. Every relationship is different, of course, but it's quite common for a father to make food, clean the house, take their kids to school, go to the park.
Yeah. And it doesn't take away their masculinity.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. And it's like, it's amazing because for them it's normal.
Yeah.
Maybe because they also was independent in early age, for like they move out early, so they take care of themselves early on. So
and I think it's also like been normalized. And I think what happens is when company also offers paternity leave
Yeah.
for both parents, then it's like, okay, and a forced paternity leave, like as a father, you have to take time off to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
So then it's almost like, okay, well, I have to do it anyway. Might as well enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they even take more time.
Yeah. My husband is in paternity leave right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. And how does that work? Because I've never had that experience myself. I just know things that I hear, but like, what's the experience like? How much time is offered?
Well, it's different because for single kids, they're gonna have like maybe like 16 weeks, or I'm not sure about the numbers now, but for us, we have twins, it's doubled. So you have longer paternity leave than
Wow.
having one baby.
Okay.
So yeah.
Maybe twins is the way to go.
Ah, good luck. Build your relationship first. Well, the
It
thing
will be
is,
tested.
yeah, you need just an extra help. That's it. Yeah.
An extra hand or two.
Extra two hands. You need it. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fun because now they play together.
Yeah. You're married. You have 2 kids. You bought a house recently.
Yeah.
Was that part?
Last year.
Was
yeah.
that part of the plan? Did you have that in your vision?
No. We moved. Like as a couple, we both couldn't settle too long for one apartment. We always like searching apartments. We like moving. I don't know, but we moved in Vantaa, Helsinki, and then we moved again to Vantaa when we decided, hey, maybe it's time to have family. And in our mind, we want one. So we moved to 1-bedroom apartment in Vantaa.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think we will fit here with 1 crib. We will fit here. So we moved for that purpose. And then when 3 months later, we found out that we have twins. Then like, oh my God, we're not going to fit here. Then we have to find another apartment.
Moving once again.
Yeah, we didn't last long. So
Wow.
we lost some deposit and then we have to find an apartment and realize that maybe it's time we just bought our own house. It's so we can finally settle.
Yeah.
It will force us to settle when it's our house.
How do you feel living in and being a homeowner and living in your own house?
Well, it is nice, but during winter, the electricity bill is so high.
Is it?
It's so high. Sometimes I wish I live in an apartment. Oh my God, like sometimes it could reach like 300,
Wow.
like in 2 months, or
Okay.
like 500 in 2 months, because the bill is like every 2 months, right?
Yeah.
So it could.
Wow.
It depends how much you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a sauna?
Yeah, we have sauna and we have this aircon heater. So
Okay. Oh, so you
Yeah.
have air conditioning.
yeah,
as
we
well.
have air conditioning.
Nice. That's a
Yeah.
big plus. In
That's a
Finland.
big plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
That's
they
why
should-
it's one of the reason we don't want to move in apartment, because in summer it's too hot.
Yeah, and it's. I think all new apartments should start
have, right?
building air conditioning into the building.
That's true.
How do you feel about sauna?
In the beginning, I couldn't last 5 minutes in sauna. I
Okay.
was like, this is hell. Why people want to torture themselves in here? It's too hot. But when I start to do this, like when you go in the lake and then go in sauna, it's really nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's actually nice especially when you have a drink.
Yes, a nice
And then
cold drink.
sauna. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, I think you become more and more Finnish.
Do you like it?
Nice. Yeah, I love it. It's such a refreshing feeling, and like
Yeah.
you just feel so alive
Yeah.
when you come out of the
It's
cold
like
water.
in rebirth,
Yeah.
right? When you come out and you're so fresh, and then
Yeah.
you take a cold shower, and it's so nice to sleep after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't had sauna since I got pregnant. I don't have time.
Too busy.
Too busy.
You don't
and
even have
this-
5 minutes.
Yeah, in the summer. And the summer has been like so warm. Like, why I have to go sauna?
Yeah.
Maybe
true.
in the winter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do you see a life here in Finland long term?
I see myself here raising my kids. In that aspect, I can see myself. Like, I see my kids being happy and safe here, going to school and like playing in the street or around everywhere. But for me as an individual, I see more of myself like in a Pacific in Asia or in tropical island.
Bit warmer
somewhere.
climate.
Bit warmer, having a drink,
Yeah.
watching the sunset. That's like my retirement goals. But with family, maybe I try to settle first for my kids, and when they like independent and move out, then I can, settle back somewhere in Asia and
Yeah.
retire.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good
Plan, right?
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm kind of in the same boat a little bit. I mean, my plans are to move back to New York in the near future. But then maybe that would just be for a few years. And then I think Finland's a pretty great place to raise a family. So I definitely resonate with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did read on your website, I think you said you were jobless at one point.
Yeah.
And homeless. And then in a matter of 1 year,
everything changed.
You became like this TikTok star sensation. You got married.
And
you had kids. You bought a house. That's quite drastic change.
A lot of change.
Yeah.
Every time I talked about my husband, we're like, that's so crazy. Like 2021 changed our life so much. Like we got married, we got kids, we moved. I have this social media. And before, like my social media, I started when you have like very less followers on TikTok and Finnish audience start to notice you. They're not going to be like so proud of you. In the beginning, there's a lot of hate.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the
hate
before. Yeah, hate comments, toxic comments, racism.
Wow.
Yeah, but now that you have like millions of followers, everyone's want to claim you.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be friends.
Yeah, Finland.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
changed. But now it's good. You get used to it too,
Yeah.
the hate.
Yeah.
But there's a question for me, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you start a podcast about foreigners in Finland?
What made Jared and I start this podcast?
You guys, Jarrod and you.
So we were thinking about starting some kind of podcast or just having like a bit more in-depth conversations and recording it. And we came across this theme and this topic thinking that, okay, like we have quite a lot to say about Finland. We're both foreigners, even though I am half Finnish. I didn't grow up in Finland. So I think I have an outside perspective. And we have a lot of foreign friends. And we've both noticed that there's a lot more people moving to Finland than a few years back. And we just wanted to, one, help people, give some insights and maybe some helpful tips, or let people know that, other people feel the same way. If maybe they're going through some feelings about Finland, and then also bring new perspective to Finns.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have these two questions, and both of us should answer.
Okay.
Like, why should people visit Finland, and why people should not visit Finland?
Why people should visit Finland?
Yeah.
If you want to see how a society can like work smoothly, like Finland's a definitely good place to come to get that experience, to say, oh, it's possible.
It's organized.
It's like things work.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Yeah. Okay, for me, it's the summer. They should visit Finland during summer, especially midsummer.
Yeah.
Like the longest days, you'd be surprised how beautiful Helsinki and Finland is during summer, and how people change. Finnish people transform in the summer.
Yes.
It's like being in a new country. Like, who are these people?
Completely different.
They're so happy.
So much more outgoing. Like they smile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so colorful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost makes you like think, would Finns be like that if it was sunny all year round? Or is it because there's such a dark period that it makes them so happy to see the sun?
Could it be, yeah?
Could be, I don't know. But either way, Finns are more...
I like that. I like Finnish summer.
Yeah, more fun in the summertime.
So the second question.
Why you shouldn't visit
You should not, yeah.
Well, I guess it depends on like how we're thinking about the question. If it's like to avoid something you don't like, well, if you don't visit Finland in the wintertime, if you don't enjoy like really cold weather and darkness. But I would say like don't visit Finland because you'll feel kind of shitty about your government back home. You know,
I was gonna say you're gonna hate your own country.
you're gonna hate your own government. Like,
You're just gonna compare.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, the Finnish government just does a great job. I mean, no government is perfect.
Yeah.
They have their own
It is.
issues, I'm sure. I don't know many of them, but I'm sure they exist. But for the most part, yeah, things just really work.
Yeah. The simple things like public transportation.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why Philippines couldn't be like that. Like our bus schedule's not even on time
Yeah.
or
Healthcare.
healthcare,
Yeah. The basics.
Education.
Educations, yeah.
the basic necessities.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Should we move on to rapid fire?
Yeah. Okay. What's
Yeah?
that? Let's
Rapid
see.
fire. Okay. So I have like a bunch of questions and maybe we could do like a few rounds
Okay.
and then you kind of just
Answer as
answer
fast
as
as
fast as you can, you know?
Okay.
Favorite word in Finnish.
Vittu.
Nice. Describe your style in one word.
Describe my style. Freestyle.
Love
I
it.
don't have a style.
What were you afraid of as a child?
Clowns.
One subject you would like to learn more about.
Finnish.
What's your favorite thing to do in the summertime?
Drink happy joe.
What never fails to make you laugh?
What never fails to make me laugh? My kids. They make me laugh.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
Foreigners in Finland.
Nice. Well,
Stealing your title.
okay, we'll team up with that one.
Okay.
Okay, cool. That was like round one. It was like a little warm up.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe a little deeper now. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Dun, dun, dun.
I'm nervous.
Okay, so are you more of a thinker or a doer?
Thinker. Overthinker.
I feel ya. What motivates you the most?
Now my family motivates me.
What quote resonates with you?
It is what it is.
What is the best advice you ever received?
Best advice I ever said. Never say no. Say not yet.
What is the kindest thing someone ever did for you?
Kindest thing. Like saving me from the hostel.
I was thinking that, honestly.
That was life-saving.
That was a pretty nice thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Round two. And then the last round. This is going to be lighter. Okay. So we're going to do some fill in the blanks.
Okay.
TikTok is
For light-minded people. Light-hearted or something.
Finland is
oh my God. Finland is unpredictable.
the weirdest thing about Finland is
My neighbors.
and the best thing about Finland is
My neighbors.
do you have good neighbors and bad neighbors?
I mean,
I love
the
it.
weird thing is not getting to know your neighbor.
Okay.
But also that's the best thing.
Okay, yeah. You have your own space. and
Yeah.
peace.
Own peace. No,
Okay.
minding my own business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is fun. Very chill. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
First time for both of us. So I
Yes.
think this is
I hope it goes well.
Let us know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed, what things you resonated with, what things you didn't. And if you like this type of episode, this interview style, also let us know because I think this is something that Jared and I will be doing more of.
Yeah, you should do this more.
Yeah, I think.
You get more creators as well.
Yeah, more creators, more people, interesting people to talk to, and then it gives a
Different
platform.
views. Yeah.
Gives a platform for people to share their experiences. So
Yes. Maybe you can have your own show in Finland.
maybe.
Ooh, don't forget
Yeah.
me.
All right. Thanks once again.
It's
and
like whiskey. It's coffee, guys.
it's coffee. When in Finland. See you next week.
Moi.